Okay, let's work backwards for a second. I hinted at this morning. What is Donald Trump's reasonable maximum vote share? What's the most that you can expect from Donald Trump? We're according to Pew here, okay, this is a reasonable census breakdown. Now, this is one of these situations where, maybe some pollster will give you a different. Okay, do you think that this pollster has better data than Pew does? I don't think so. No, don't take your pollster's data and take that and say it's better. This is better, okay? And modify your pollster to this. Yeah, maybe this is as far as we need to go for you to understand what the problem is, okay? But that's what we should actually expect the election turnouts to be like. About 70% white, about 12% black, about 12% Hispanic, 4% Asian, which is a bad category, and 2% other. Okay? If you're looking at, polling breakdowns that have it at closer to 80% white and 6% black and 6% Hispanic, or that just, Asian doesn't exist at 74% white, and etc. That's the source of the error, okay? That's why some of these polls are really close, because they're fucking this up, okay? That's what it should look like. And that's what the polls that have Trump in the 30s look like, is that. Again, these people know what they're talking about. The corporate polling designed to maximize ratings in prime time in Arkansas don't know what they're talking about. I'm sorry. Know that Asian is a terrible category. You should at the very least split into East and South Asians. You would expect East Asians to lean Democratic and South Asians to lean Republican. It's crude. Broadly speaking, it's true. Okay, I'm actually just going to split Asian and other down the middle. That's the least assumption-driven thing I can do. It's very generous to Trump. So give them each 3 to start with, so Trump is at 3%. We should expect Trump to do poorly with Hispanics. Of course, how poorly? Well, one recent estimate puts him, at around 30%. I think that that's a good guess. Okay? If we want a maximum, he'll probably get less than that, but if we want a maximum, that's a good guess. Right? Work it out. He's at now Trump's at 6.6. What about black voters? Well, we should expect him to do poorly with blacks too. RCP claims the average is around 7%. Let's be generous. I actually think there'll be a little bit of regression back after Obama, right? So I'm going to give him a whopping 10% of black voters. It's generous. So now he's at 7.8. Now, what about white voters? Well, first of all, this standard split that I've seen is about 53% women to 47% men. So about 37% of voters will be white women, and about 33% will be white men. We should expect Trump to do poorly with white women. This is one analysis here at the time, and let's come back to reality now, guys. We're Time Magazine is Time Magazine. I'm not a mouthpiece for the bank or something, alright? So we're dealing with maximums. Let's give him 40% of white women. No doubt an overestimate. But we're being generous to Trump here. That works out to about 15% of the voters overall, so now he's at 22.8. About 40% of white men have a college degree, so about 13% of the vote will be white men with college degrees. Let's be generous to Trump and say he wins this demographic. He won't. But let's say he does just barely. Let's give him 7 and her 6. So then you're at 29.8, and let's round it up to 30. So he's at 30% now. Wow. The remaining 20% of the vote is white men without a college degree. And let's give him 70% of that vote, which is more than any reasonable estimate will give him. Reasonable estimates are around 65. Alright? So that's 14% more, and that brings him up to 44%. I was ridiculously generous there, okay? Every possible assumption in his favor, he's only at 44%. realistically, if you drop them a point amongst white men, white women, Hispanics, and Asians, respectively, which is still being generous in every case, then you're looking at about 40%. Okay, we're talking like so. If you see a poll, for example, with a margin of error of 3 or 4 points, then and you should expect to see him around 39 to 38, right? That's what I'm saying here. Is that at the very, very end point of the error should be about 44. If your margin of error is 3 or 4 points, he should be around 40. So how is it that these polling firms are giving him 45 or 46? That's outside of what, I mean, I'm abusing language here, okay? Wouldn't that be outside of a margin of error? By my crude calculation, it is. The only way that you can do that is by assuming that white voters will poll at higher than 70%, which is flying in the face of all data. That would reverse a decades-long decline in the share of the white vote, and no serious analysis can uphold it, but it's what they're doing anyways, okay? All the polling that has them close is making that error. The serious polling that all has them under 40% because they're using realistic survey census. They're using realistic census data. So why are they doing it? Are the networks racist? Well, of course the networks are racist. But the truth is more along the lines of that their viewers are more white than black, and certainly more white than Hispanic. If you're a white racist douchebag, in the middle of America, in Iowa, in Missouri, in Kansas, in the Carolinas, do you want to turn on the news every day and be told that the Mexicans are outvoting you? You don't want to be told that. You might get upset. You might change the channel. I'm done with this. I'm just a little pissed off. We will talk in a minute. I am late. I need to move right away. Okay, so it's a little after 9. I need to catch the 9:30 bus, or there's no point in catching the 10:30 bus. In fact, I would have preferred to catch the 9 o'clock bus. I'd say there's about a 50-50 chance I'm going to make it. If not, I'll just have to come back. It's not the end of the world. There's nothing really else to do here. I'm not even really that keen about what it is that I'm going to tonight. It's just it's Halloween. Let's go out and have a few beers, right? And it was kind of a last minute choice. What's the major problem tonight? I guess I took a longer shower than I intended to in the shower, but it was about 40 minutes, and I only intended it to be about 20 minutes, and that 20 minutes may be the difference as to whether I get there on time or not. I need to stop at the store, get some bus tickets, and then at the machine to get some cash. So, in fact, I think that unless the bus is late, I'm gonna miss it. So. But I already, I'm already walking, so what? What else am I gonna do, right? I could and probably will in the end go home. So that's the thing for the night. Yeah, I don't really have any. This is what am I going to see? I'm going to see I might catch the 10:30 bus. They're gonna be late anyways, right? It's they probably won't play till midnight, right? It's just the only reason why I'm even trying to catch a 9:30 bus is just because I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what order they're playing in, and if it turns out that the band I want to see plays second, and well, every time I've been to UFO before, the opening band doesn't start until 10 or after 10. Right, so I'm probably looking more like 10, 11, 12, especially considering it's a Friday. It's just it's also a local
from what I can see, the two bands opening are locals, so they might switch the order and everything else, right? So I think I'm going to want to get there for 11 at the latest. It would be nice if I could catch a 10 o'clock bus. That would probably be ideal. Anyways, this is kind of like, I think I talked about this before the other day. It's like thrash metal, which is not something I normally listen to, but it's really catchy. It's like melodic, catchy thrash metal. So that's because it's melodic and catchy, it's kind of more in my space. We'll talk in a sec. Okay, yeah, so I got a little less than 20 minutes. Doubtful, like I say, unless it's late. Let's hope I get the luck I missed out on the other day and it's late. Like I said, this is like a thrash band. It's well outside of my normal interests. I normally wouldn't listen to anything that's remotely referred to as metal, but it's got this, like I say, it's like weird. It's catchy and it's weird and it's like noisy. But it's Halloween, right? So I'm going out to have a few beers on Halloween and enjoy a bit of a head cave, and that's really all there is to it. I'm sure we'll get some shots, presuming I can get there on time. So that's another part of the reason why it's like, if I get there like at 11, I'll have one beer kind of thing before I gotta go. 2 maybe at the most. So it's like, it's a question of whether this is worth my time or not. But like I say, I've already invested enough time that it's kind of not even a choice anymore. Probably close to 15 minutes. Well, actually, no, it's only been a minute. Actually, I'm making good time here. I'm walking pretty fast. Maybe I'll make it after all. We'll find out. Bank machine said 9:25, and that's probably it right there. Okay, well, if I'm walking up Cass, it's actually a really nice night out. I think maybe most people might think it's a little chilly, but I like that. And it's also going to warm up overnight. I kind of wish I had something to do all night. I should get paid about 4 o'clock in the morning. I won't be able to access it until I get back to Canada, but yeah, it's a shame. Kind of have half the mind to go hang out at the works, but I mean, I'm not dressed for it. I'm also coming back tomorrow, or at least I'm planning to, anyways. So yeah, this is I caught the bus at the station with maybe a minute and a half to spare, so it worked out. I'm gonna guess, well, actually I can tell you, it's about 9:45ish. A little later than that, about 10 o'clock, so I should get there 10 after, or after, something like that. So I'm the last one out in the smoking section. It seems like the first band is just about to play at 11ish. They might be playing now. I might have missed some of their set, but I was not appreciably late. And the missing the set right now is not because I was late. So I should go and check that out. So it's about 20 after 12. I've seen the first 2 bands. I'm waiting for the 3rd band to come on. I would need to catch the bus a little after 1. I would have to leave now. I'm going to resolve to actually stay the night. I don't know exactly what that means yet. Either maybe I can try to get into the works without cover, or go hang out and get a coffee and hang out down the street in the hotel. But I don't see the point in leaving now. It's going to warm up overnight, so I'm not going to get caught in bad weather. I may actually even enjoy it. I'm going to stay the night here. Yeah. So 20 after 12, saw the first 2 bands. They were both alright. Good moments, bad moments. I gotta get out of the bathroom. So I'm waiting for the last band to play. See, I was alone out here in the smoking section, and I wanted to take note of that, but I forgot. And I went in, and then I came out, and then I wasn't alone out here on the smoking section anymore. But I'm going to act as though I was out here alone on the smoking section. I saw the show. I didn't take footage, quite frankly, because I was tripping out. It's now late. I'm going to be here for a bit. I'm going to finish my beer, and then I have the choice of either going and hanging out at the hotel or seeing if I can sneak into the works without cover. I have no interest in confrontation, so this is going to be a simple question with a yes or no answer, and I will probably end up in the hotel. But I would like to go dance there, and maybe I can get a reasonable response. We'll find out. But I'm going to finish my beer here. Like I said, I watched the show, I enjoyed it, but I did not get footage, frankly, for the reason that I was tripping out. So, I'm okay now. I'm going to just finish my beer and then head out. So, what are the chances of the works letting me in without cover? I do not know. I am going to estimate that it is less than 50%. So, this is a stretch. I am going to try. I think I will have more fun trying to dance at the works than I will going to the hotel. But it is entirely a long shot. See, if I don't get in, then I will walk down to the hotel, and I've really lost nothing but time that I'm basically wasting anyway. So, if I do get in, I will have more fun. So, I just need to prepare myself for the reality that I am going to be talking to a bouncer. I have a bit of a fear of bouncers because I know that they can get a little bit confrontational, and I do not see confrontation. It's just I am walking into the bar and telling them that I do not have cover and hoping that they let me in anyways. And that's I'm not going to push the point, right? I'm going to ask once nicely and then walk away, kind of thing, right? So we'll find out. Like I said, I think the chances are less than 50%. That's my guess. We'll find out when we get there, which is not too far from here. It's a little bit colder than I expected, so I would like to actually kind of get in. So it's nearly 5 a.m. The bus is at 6, and it takes about half an hour to get there. So, I'm actually just kind of mellow, kind of tired. So, I did get in. I did avoid cover, clearly. That just made me promise to come back again next time. It was a little odd. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just heading back to the yeah, sorry, I put that away because I was in a kind of a creepy situation. There was somebody standing in front of me that was like phone in the front, right? They had their phone open and they were like, you know, like as though they had the selfie stick kind of thing. It was creepy to me, so I walked by that person and I stopped recording. I think it was obvious they were trying to get images of me, and it's just kind of weird to me. Anyways, so I was at the thrash metal show. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I have no footage because I was tripping out too hard to take my camera out and record it. I was at the works from about 2 to 5. I spent the time dancing and sobering up. I'm pretty, I can say I'm just a little bit tired right now. I think that was a good night. It's a bar that's open really late. They stopped serving alcohol at 2, whenever it is. And they're just open. They have a DJ there till 5 o'clock in the morning. It's incredibly useful to me when I'm off this strip, because if I end up stuck here overnight, at least not Friday or Saturday, it's very useful. So that's what I ended up doing. I ducked cover, which was very nice of them. And it's got to be close to 5:30 now. I'm not walking as quickly as I could, is the thing. So that'll probably work out in the end. Just means less waiting at the bus stop because I'm walking slower. Like I say, that was I enjoyed that night. We got tomorrow's going to be even crazier. I'm looking at 3 shows. And in the end, it'll be about a 48-hour day. So let's hope I can pull that off. It's very ambitious. It's not likely. Then again, I didn't think catching the bus tonight was likely. Like I said, the weather has there's still a breeze, but you can tell that it's been warming up overnight. At this point, at 5:30 in the morning, it is actually legitimately quite pleasant. I'm ranting for no particular reason, so I think it's best if I just put this away. Well, I am back in Canada and walking alone through the eerily empty streets of Windsor. I walk this strip all the time, and this is more empty than usual, considering it is still, by I think proper estimates, Friday night. It's Friday night until the sun comes up, right? That's the proper rule. It's quiet, eerie, empty, and I kind of like it. I pointed this out. It's like living in kind of like a post-apocalyptic. Really, the only difference between walking through Windsor, well, okay, there's more cars here than there were that time I walked up Bagley, but not by a lot. That car every 4 minutes is a big difference, though, right? What are you talking about? 1 or 0? It's more than that even here. It's like car read. Here, more than maybe 30-40 seconds with a car. What am I even talking about? I was comparing it. This is not as desolate, but I kind of wish it was. And if it was, the only difference would be familiarity, right? This place is less desolate, but if it wasn't less desolate, it would just be the question of knowing where I'm going. This is completely pointless. I'm gonna get some nachos, and then I'm going to eat the nachos. I am going to need to sleep because tomorrow is going to be ridiculous. And yeah, I'm sure we'll get my hair. I've seen little pictures of myself in shop windows, and my hair is ridiculous. I just got frizzed the fuck out, so I'm sure we'll get a little glamour shot, but I think we're done for the night. Okay, yeah, it is running. Okay, here's my glamour shot in the morning. Yeah, it's all the same as this.